Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her. I'm not blaming her for the higher ups being trash and the roster being horrible.
She's injured, right? Always injured. It was the wrist, and then rivalry, it was something else. And now, guys, it was her back. Well, her leg, then her back.
Angel Reese suspended. That's the rumor setting the WNBA on fire right now. But the real shock isn't just the suspension talk, it's why people think it happened. Fans are pointing fingers at her own teammates, insiders are whispering about toxic locker room fights, and even her massive Reebok deal is getting dragged into the chaos. In this video, we'll break down everything from the locker room drama that sparked the rumors, to the backlash over her endorsements, to the boycotting Angel Reese because of her behavior with Caitlyn Clark. By the end, you'll be able to conclude why fans are saying this might be the biggest turning point in Angel Reese's career so far. Now let's dive straight into the story that started it all.
Angel Reese is delusional if she doesn't think that her teammates, don't see what's going on and probably despise her.
It started with whispers inside the Chicago Sky locker room. Reports surfaced of arguments between Angel Reese and her own teammates, with some insiders suggesting the atmosphere had turned toxic. Fans noticed something was wrong when on-court chemistry completely collapsed in key games, and rumors spread that Reese's fiery personality was clashing with veteran players who were tired of her constant spotlight. Instead of uniting the team, Reese's presence reportedly divided it. Her aggressive style, combined with the media frenzy surrounding her, left teammates feeling overshadowed and frustrated. What was supposed to be a promising season suddenly looked like a reality show, and fans couldn't help but wonder if this wasn't just a team struggling to win, but a team at war with itself.
She tapping out again. She's quitting on her team again. The facts was she had not finished any season. Her rookie year with the Sky, she tapped out. She did not finish with Unrivaled. She tapped out, didn't even show up to the playoff games.
While all this was happening, Angel Reese was paraded around by Reebok as the face of their big comeback in basketball shoes. At first, it looked like a dream deal, millions in promotion, flashy campaigns, and a rookie already being marketed as a superstar. But inside the locker room, this became another problem. Teammates reportedly felt her focus was more on commercials and interviews than the grind of the season. Fans echoed the frustration, blasting Reebok for propping up an unproven player while ignoring others who were delivering quietly on the court. The deal painted Reese as bigger than the team itself, and that's where things boiled over. A basketball locker room thrives on unity, but when one player is elevated above the rest, cracks start to show. And those cracks soon turned into full-on rumors of suspension.
And then this season, post All-Star break, it seemed like that is all she cared about. She realized this team stinks. Tyler Marsh is a bum. Jeff P's a bum. They all stink. I'm not taking that away from her.
The word suspension spread like wildfire across social media. Some fans claimed Reese had already been benched for internal reasons, while others swore the Sky were covering up deeper issues. Although the team has not released an official statement, the timing of her sudden absences and reduced minutes didn't go unnoticed. It's important to note none of this is confirmed, but speculation doesn't need confirmation to take over the internet. Fans connected dots, insiders dropped hints, and before long, Angel Reese suspended was trending. The fact that no one in Chicago Sky's management rushed to deny it only fueled the flames further. And that's when league officials were dragged into the conversation.
If you're enjoying this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out.
So we start calling it out. Hey, are you quitting again? It appears you're quitting again just because your team not good. Just like rookie year, once you realize you stood no chance to win rookie of the year, you quit. I've done what I had to do. I don't need to stick around for all this losing. She's been saying her back hurts. Nobody knows anything about the injury. Nobody knows.
The WNBA has a delicate balancing act on its hands. On one side, Angel Reese is a marketing goldmine. She brings clicks, attention, and ratings to a league that desperately wants the spotlight. On the other side, her controversies could turn into a nightmare if they spiral out of control. The league knows this, and many fans believe they're intentionally spinning the story to protect her image. Now the question arises, why am I telling you this? Guys, it's all linked together. Stay tuned to know more. Instead of transparency, we've seen vague statements, carefully worded press releases, and selective media coverage. The more the league tries to control the narrative, the more fans feel they're being misled. And once that trust breaks, no amount of spin can fix it. But while the WNBA was busy with damage control, one name kept popping up in the conversation: Caitlyn Clark. At first, Angel Reese had an army of supporters who loved her brash confidence and unapologetic style. But as weeks turned into months, those same fans started shifting. Comments online revealed a growing frustration. "She's all ego, no game," one fan posted, while another said, "We didn't sign up for reality TV, we signed up for basketball." The backlash grew louder with every new controversy.
And Angel Reese, feeding into this villain narrative, painted a bigger target on her back that she did not necessarily need. Angel Reese could have went a completely different route. But this is what Angel Reese wanted. She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlyn Clark. They watch it because of Me Too.
Social media is a powerful tool. It can build you up overnight, but it can also tear you down just as fast. For Reese, the shift was brutal. The same fans who once cheered her on were now calling for her benching, and the phrase toxic teammate became harder to ignore. But the damage wasn't just online. Behind the scenes, whispers suggest that Reebok executives are not happy with how this is playing out. A brand invests in players to elevate them, not to get dragged into messy suspension rumors. If Reebok starts questioning their investment, Reese's marketability could take a serious hit. And once brands back off, it's hard to bounce back. Her future now hangs in the balance. Will the Chicago Sky double down on her star power or quietly move on to avoid further drama? Will the WNBA continue to protect her image or finally let the truth come out? These are the questions swirling around Reese's career, and the answers could determine whether she remains a rising star or just another cautionary tale. A growing number of fans are openly talking about boycotting Angel Reese, and much of it ties back to her treatment of Caitlyn Clark. What was once hyped as a fiery rivalry has, in the eyes of many, turned into something personal and ugly. Reese's constant taunts, trash talk, and public jabs at Clark have left fans feeling like she's more interested in tearing others down than elevating the game. Since Clark has become a symbol of growth and excitement for the WNBA, any attempt to undercut her is seen as an attack on the league's future itself. For those fans, supporting Reese now feels like choosing drama over progress, and they're ready to walk away.
WNBA got rid of Liz Cambage, who is far more better than Angel Reese. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the WNBA. I don't get what Angel Reese has over the organization. But if they were smart, they would do what they needed to do.
This controversy isn't just about one player, it's about how the WNBA chooses to handle its biggest names. Angel Reese represents a new era of marketable, headline-grabbing athletes, but if her drama keeps overshadowing her play, the league risks losing credibility. Fans want stars who elevate the game, not ones who drag it down. At the end of the day, suspension or not, the perception is what matters. If Reese can't shake the toxic teammate label, she might lose everything she's worked for: the endorsements, the fame, the influence. And the shocking part, it all started with whispers in a locker room that refused to stay quiet. Behind closed doors, teammates reportedly began avoiding conversations with Reese altogether. Small arguments during practice allegedly turned into shouting matches, and the sense of unity that makes or breaks a WNBA team was nowhere to be found. Instead of everyone pulling together to climb the standings, it felt like two different squads sharing the same jersey. What made things worse is that word about this tension didn't stay private for long. In today's world, one anonymous tip to a reporter or one liked tweet can blow the lid off a locker room. And that's exactly what happened. Whispers became leaks, and leaks became national headlines. Once that happened, the speculation about punishment or suspension was only a matter of time.
Angel Reese, in my opinion, has been given a lot of time and opportunities to show the world that she can indeed play basketball. And for her to be labeled as the best player on the team really says a lot about the roster.
For many fans, the Reebok deal symbolized everything that was wrong. How could a rookie who hadn't proven herself yet be crowned as the face of a legendary brand? While her teammates were grinding out wins in silence, Reese was flying across the country for photo shoots and press tour. The optics were brutal, and resentment naturally grew inside the team. Even beyond the Sky, other players around the league noticed. Social media posts from rival stars hinted at priorities being out of order, subtle but unmistakable shots aimed at Reese's sudden stardom. The backlash became a double-edged sword. While Reebok thought they were investing in basketball's next big personality, they accidentally painted a target on her back both inside and outside the court. The phrase internal suspension started popping up online, and that was all fans needed. People began connecting her sudden dips in playing time with disciplinary action, even though nothing was confirmed. In the modern sports world, silence from the team often says more than an official press release ever could. Chicago Sky's refusal to directly deny the rumor was interpreted as an admission. The buzz snowballed. Sports podcasts dissected every minute of her absences, Twitter threads tried piecing together timelines, and fan theories started circulating that she was deliberately being protected from the spotlight to avoid embarrassment. When speculation hits that level, perception hardens into truth, even if the real story is more complicated. For the WNBA, Angel Reese is both an asset and a liability. Her name trends whenever she plays, but the baggage that follows her makes sponsors and executives nervous. This put the league in a tough spot. Should they clamp down on her controversies or ride the wave of attention? So far, they've chosen the latter, but fans aren't buying it. The league's attempt to manage the controversy only poured more fuel on the fire. Instead of shutting down the suspension rumors, vague statements made it worse. Instead of calming fans, media outlets leaned into the drama for clicks. By refusing to take a firm stance, the WNBA created an environment where speculation became more entertaining than the actual games.
She wanted to be the villain. They don't just watch the WNBA because of one player, that one player being the Caucasian chick, Caitlyn Clark. They watch it because of Me Too. Me Too, right? It says here that after the game, she said it was ugly.
While Reese was drowning in headlines, Caitlyn Clark was quietly letting her game do the talking. Even injured, Clark's name remained untarnished. Fans respected her humble approach and focus on basketball. The contrast between the two couldn't be sharper, one fueled by controversy, the other fueled by consistency. That contrast made fans even more hostile toward Reese. Many saw her constant jabs at Clark as jealousy, a desperate attempt to stay in the conversation. And when the rivalry began feeling personal rather than competitive, fans started to ask an uncomfortable question: is Angel Reese actually bad for the league's image? The boos in arenas grew louder, the online comments more vicious. What began as a fanbase defending her against critics turned into the same people admitting they'd had enough. Sports culture moves fast. 1 month you're a hero, the next you're the villain. And Reese's brand of drama had clearly overstayed its welcome. Some even started comparing her downfall to other athletes whose egos got in the way of their careers. Fans didn't just want her benched, they wanted accountability. They wanted to see her prove she could be more than a headline. Without that, their support evaporated, leaving her isolated at the exact moment she needed backing the most.
Exactly what's going on, because they could not find anything, right? Maybe the MRI came back and they was like, we don't see anything. Maybe, just maybe, anybody who knows sports, anybody with a set of eyeballs at work, could see that Angel Reese was full of it.
Executives and coaches don't ignore this kind of noise. If Reese is really viewed as toxic inside the locker room, teams may hesitate to build around her long-term. One suspension rumor can easily snowball into a narrative that follows her entire career. And in pro sports, narratives are everything. Reebok, too, is in a bind. Do they double down on their flashy signing or quietly back away before things get worse? If they pull support, Reese risks being remembered less as a superstar and more as a marketing experiment gone wrong. For someone who has built her reputation on being larger than life, that kind of fall would be devastating. At the heart of it, this saga is a warning to the WNBA. If the league leans too hard into drama, it risks losing the integrity that true fans crave. People want competitive basketball, not endless soap operas. Angel Reese has the talent to be great, but if she lets the drama define her, the league might eventually move on without her. And that's the shocking part. All it took was some locker room whispers, a controversial sneaker deal, and a few unresolved rivalries to put her entire career in jeopardy. Suspension or not, Angel Reese now faces the toughest opponent she's ever had, the weight of her own reputation.
What makes it even worse, guys, she comes back and she says, I want to hoop. Meaning like, okay, I'm done with this, with all of this play around stuff. I think that I'm bored now. I actually miss being on the court. I want to hoop. I want to put on the shorts that